What is going on, guys? Houndish here, and thanks a lot for dropping by today for a little bit of House of Wolves Prison of Elders news. So as you may know, Bungie did a live stream today, generally giving us some information about the Prison of Elders, but more importantly, giving us a lot of gameplay and seeing some kind of the new gameplay elements that we'll see within the Prison of Elders, which is pretty awesome. So I'm hoping to do a little bit of a breakdown, talk about what we've learned in this live stream. So yeah, let's start with the modes. So there's going to be a base level activity for the Prison of Elders at level 28. Now this is the first thing you can ever enter kind of in the Prison of Elders. This will allow matchmaking as well, so if you want to play this and kind of matchmake to other players like you do in Strikes, then that is possible on the level 28 version, and you can play this as many times as you like, similar to how you would play Strikes, but presumably none of the kind of end game content will be accessible through this, and if it does, it'd be very much randomized from what I can kind of, gather from what they're saying at the minute. And then as well as this, there will be a non-match made challenge mode, and you'll be able to do those at level 32, level 34 and 35, which are going to be a lot harder, and presumably a lot of the good loot will kind of come from that ultimately, and you'll be able to play each one of these once every week, kind of like the lockout, raid style. So that's pretty awesome. It's a lot of kind of different runs, and there'll be kind of 6 different arena combinations from what I can gather, which are going to be kind of different experiences every week, so it won't be kind of exactly the same every week. So that is pretty damn cool. So when you start up a new game in the Prison of Elders, you're going to basically have 5 rounds, which will be in a different room against different enemy types, and within each round there will be 3 waves of enemies, which is pretty cool, and we're going to see a whole lot of different gameplay elements, kind of different things that have to happen on particular rounds and things that get thrown into the mix. So that's pretty awesome. We're going to take a quick look at some of those now. So we saw a lot of new gameplay elements that will kind of happen within the Prison of Elders, one of which is buff and debuff modifiers, which happen at the start of each checkpoint as you go into a new kind of room, and there's going to be up to around about 20 different ones that we're likely to see, but some of them include primary weapon damage is favoured, another one is melee damage is increased, and then we've got another one which is shields are increased but do not replenish, and that's definitely going to make things a lot more hardcore, especially with all the damage spam kind of flying around. We've got some new enemy kind of effects and weaponry that we'll see in the environment. So one of them is a web mine, which is kind of like a trip mine that when it gets activated causes this kind of web which slows your movement speed a lot, and obviously taking such spam damage from different directions, that's going to make things much harder. Definitely looks hard from seeing the gameplay of it. And also we're going to see critical objectives on particular waves which will kind of pop up, and those objectives have to be completed within a kind of certain time period, otherwise you get something called Warden's Punishment for failing them, which will wipe your entire team from what I can tell from the gameplay we've seen so far. But some of these objectives include defusing splinter mines, which you kind of have to stand in a zone and kind of capture them back a little bit like you do in PvP, and you'll have to do those in order to complete the wave. And another one is a VIP target, similar to what you'd see kind of in Patrol, who'll pop up during a particular wave, and you'll have to take him out before he reaches all his stages, otherwise you will get the Warden's Punishment. So that's a pretty cool kind of different element that will pop up, and you'll not always know kind of what to expect right there. And then another thing we'll see on certain waves will include this gift, kind of Varix presents a gift as it shows on the screen, and that'll include the new Scorch Cannon, which is kind of this relic style rocket launcher thing, which is pretty damn awesome. And then another potential thing to drop is a heavy ammo drop on a particular wave, so that's kind of cool. Different waves will give you certain benefits and certain disadvantages, so it's definitely going to be a very interesting kind of gameplay experience. And finally for this video, guys, I just wanted to say that we haven't had any further information regarding exactly how loot will be dropped in the Prison of Elders, so we didn't see anything specific in the Twitch reveal, as they didn't actually finish the particular run that they were on Prison of Elders, which I think was a level 34 run, and it does look incredibly difficult, so we didn't see kind of any loot drops at the end of that or anything like that, so we're not entirely sure or any more enlightened on exactly how loot will work, but we can presume that the kind of featured stock we saw at the vendor will maybe be some kind of reward upon one of the levels of completion of the Prison of Elders. But anyway, there you go, guys. That's as much as I could kind of break down right at this point in time that we've learned in this Prison of Elders reveal. I am really hyped to kind of get in there and get grinding on this. It looks incredibly tough, but I'm sure the loot and everything is going to be, and the gameplay itself is going to be really rewarding. So thanks a lot for dropping by, guys. Drop me your comments down below. What do you think of how this is looking so far? And hit that like button and subscribe for a lot more Destiny content if you haven't already. So now you guys take it easy, and peace out.